Mainradio.com. What's happening? This is the Rootcast. We are here.
Awakening.
Did you do any bumps? Like as you were just sitting here in your seat?
I did it on the low so nobody could see.
You had it up your sleeve.
Just a little.
Rubbed your nose.
I had my little handkerchief and stuff so I could hide it.
I ain't Amber Heard,
I learned from the best. She's
oh
the best.
Shit, just right the cops and everything, right? The judge, Johnny looking at her, she's saying how bad Johnny's drug use is, and bitch, you are in front of just. That's a white girl move.
Listen, Johnny, if you ever watch this, I just want you to know that I've been team Johnny Depp forever and a day. And if I was on your counsel, I would have been pointed that out to the judge. Like, sir, she just did a bump right there. She talking about his sobriety. She need to check her.
Yeah, and also Lizzo, if you're watching.
Let's talk about Lizzo.
Hey, Lizzo.
That's really crazy because I wasn't really paying attention to that. Just right in court and
right there. So
right in court.
She had a net like it was in her sleep.
And what got me was she actually put one. She's like,
like
to make sure she got it all the way in there.
God damn, boy,
that's
that's
now like everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything after that, everything makes sense. Nothing she says is true. Like everything she said up there, or they said for her on her behalf or about her, is true. Against Johnny, it's not true.
Right.
But when it comes to her patent, and like we did on Rick's rant a minute ago, where I told you this shit happens to men too. Don't always see because Johnny's bigger and he's the one. I'm pretty sure once his finances came into play, their level of drugs went up. But yeah, Shorty did a bump right there in court on national TV, live on stand, while she was being examined or cross-examined.
Did you see that the charity actually came and testified against Amber Heard? So not supposedly.
Johnny.
She got a $7 million divorce settlement from Johnny Depp. Johnny, it would have been till death do us part with me.
She's shooting her shots.
I am. Just call me. I promise. I'm the one. Anyway, so she got a $7 million divorce settlement for Johnny, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said that she donated all $7 million between two charities. And one of the charities came back and was like,
we ain't got no money for
me. Ain't got none. Ooh, and then she tried to say that Elon Musk actually funded 500,000 of it. And I think she funded the other 500,000, but that still leaves 6 million unaccounted for.
Ooh, good Lord. Boy, them white people doing some white people things.
Shit. Starting with bumps in live court with everybody watching.
You know what? That still surprised me because I didn't know what y'all was talking about. It was like,
remember how last week I was stuck on the shit in the bed?
Yeah.
And now that's second. No, now it's that second. This bitch did a live bump in open court with everybody watching.
And I'm really curious to know, did the white people not catch it? Because
they did, but
because niggas caught it.
No, but shit, you gotta know this is what they do.
The black and brown people of the world caught it. They was like, yo, she just did a bump in court.
Yeah. See, I don't pay attention to none of that shit. So I ain't.
No, but
this was something that you could have missed because she literally just went. Yeah. And then what really solidified it was.
Yeah, when she went
just
to fix
like
her
that.
Yeah.
Just because you got
she
the
made
handkerchief,
sure all of it got up there.
Right. Just because you got the handkerchief, we not gonna sit up here and ignore.
Yeah.
What you sniffing?
But too, you've been around white people. This is like their life. They just do this shit. Like I remember one time.
They don't have no filter.
I don't remember what bar I was at. I don't know if it was in the actual city, but it might have been an outskirts bar. But yeah, I'm in there, and it's like 3 white guys in there. They're talking shit. Look at all the women out there, man. And then all of a sudden, one guy went to the sink, poured some shit out, and they all lined up. And before you know it, there was the residue still. Whatever he laid out was gone.
Ooh, see, boy, they did some Tony Montana shit. Just got the whole table just no
Bolivian marching powder,
like a whole pile, like a whole little mountain of cocaine, and you just take a little bit out as you need it and keep it going, or you just put your whole face in there.
Take your pinky.
One thing I don't understand, but slowly, and I hate to say it like this, it's not just becoming a white thing, but when we was growing up, it was mainly a white thing. But I don't understand it. It's just I remember when I was smoking with my homeboy and
you gotta specify what you were smoking. Huh? We're talking about some other things.
Yeah, you gotta like specify what you're smoking.
Oh, okay. Oh, marijuana.
Okay,
She
so
could
that's
have been
marijuana
smoking
was
crack for all we know.
Okay.
or freebase cocaine.
I
We
mean,
don't know.
do I look? I mean, I'm gonna put the picture up. Do I look like I smoke crack, people? Okay.
You'd be
You'd be
surprised.
surprised.
there are functioning crackheads,
Yeah.
and we see a lot of them in my field.
Oh, actually, no, I agree on that.
Hey,
There's a few. There's,
Being that I've done what I've been doing the last 5 years, I've encountered some people.
You would never think.
No,
they do
and I'm
it.
like, dude, you have a problem with. But even me, I remember when the prescriptions were winning,
yeah.
and I like my eyes were all beat in, but I was still functioning and doing everything like I was normal. But on the inside, I was falling apart, and only I knew that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's functional drug addicts out here who conduct their everyday lives and got families, and everything looks normal.
They
And
be
we're gonna talk
lawyers,
about one of them real soon,
judges.
though, too.
Who's that?
Well, he's dead now, but like we.
Oh yeah, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Well,
Whoa!
man, I'm still surprised.
What a way to go!
Oh,
I think that's every man's dream way to go, right?
Nah, my dream way to go in that manner would be Lizzo and Ashanti, and the battle would be who's on the chin.
Man, he pretty much he just want to get suffocated by Lizzo. You might
Who's on the chin, ladies?
That's all he wants.
I don't. Yeah, one of you's down there,
You know,
but
you're gonna scare Lizzo, and you know, I for one am gonna offer her like a safe place to hide.
is there? Lizzo, we dance all night. Just know that I am
do
a
it.
dancing machine, boy. I hit her with the shaky grip
Oh my
and get
god!
low. Yeah, boy.
So, what y'all think about Cam Sandler though, man? Just get like, what happened to him? I mean,
Well, the way he went out is basically every man's dream, but
Yeah, you
God
got like a champ.
damn.
pretty much. I mean,
Now you do know that's the same combination that Lamar Odom did, but Lamar Odom was a world class athlete, so it didn't take him out. He was in a coma. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kevin Samuels wasn't prepared for it, and
Yeah.
apparently, when the blood went where it didn't go where it needed to be.
Yep.
He's dead now.
Well, he really wanted. You know, I'm not even gonna say no jokes yet. It's like wow, but I will say this: it's just like there's a lot of just evil people because a lot of people just going in on him after man.
Well,
It wasn't even 24 hours.
No,
It
but
just-
then
He was
too-
always controversial.
yeah, but
though.
remember when Derek Jackson got caught cheating, how men let him have it? Because dude, you were giving us the business, and then
Yeah.
I
and
remember
now,
that.
yeah, and then like to think Kevin Samuel, like, okay, homie, like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but do we really feel bad?
not really.
No,
I mean,
because you know the difference is right. Derek Jackson, like when he went in, he went in. He like put all the guys' playbook out.
yeah.
He like down black men like
Mhm.
it was nothing, right? Even
Yep,
though he tried
yep.
to say that he wasn't downing,
No, he
the
Yeah, he
type
was.
of negativity that he was bringing was
Mhm.
definitely like downing black men. So when he got caught doing the same stuff that he's sitting up here pointing the
Condemning
finger of God at,
Yep.
and-
You know?
yeah.
And
Like,
he was
then-
doing the same thing.
yeah, you know, and then you know, I sat there and I watched the interview, or not the
one
not the
with him and his
interview,
wife,
like
or
the
the one he
yeah.
did alone.
the one he did with his wife, and
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there and I'm watching her. Right at this point, I don't care about what you're saying. I'm watching her, and throughout the whole like conversation, she was just one. I'll say she handled it like a lady,
Channel up like a
Well,
well spoken.
yeah.
She was calm.
That-
But I don't know. Maybe it's just me and my blood, but I wouldn't have been able to sit there with him like.
Well, also, and I don't know if we remember this far back, but remember when Kobe Bryant did a similar thing where he went to the press and his wife is there and she's just looking at him like,
Yeah,
yeah, it was that same look I saw her giving
yeah,
Jared.
but the difference is Kobe wife got a multi-million-dollar freaking ring,
Yep.
and I think no prenup.
No, there was no prenup. And honestly, and I mean, rest in peace to
So,
Kobe. That
Yeah,
was
rest in peace.
unfortunate as hell. You don't wish that on anybody. I definitely,
no.
and
Yeah.
and whatever anybody said bad about him up until that point, you had to understand, like, you cannot use that against him for the way he, like,
No,
you don't wish that on nobody.
no.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, the way that all, and if I remember correctly, he did not wear protection. And when they went to swab that dirty woman's anus, they only found his DNA in there.
Well, goddamn.
So when you went to pointing fingers at Shaq and all the rest of the Lakers, now you got to kind of ride this one out alone. But and like I said, because he's gone, I'm not going to speak on him. Rest in peace to Kobe. But
Yeah.
Derrick Jackson, he's just a clown.
That was a whole different.
Yeah, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
ever.
Kevin Samuel,
Well, see, I
was he
will say
married?
this. No, he wasn't married. No, I don't think he was
So
married.
he
Derrick
was-
Jackson
I-
or Kevin
No,
Samuels?
Kevin Samuel.
No,
He
I think
wasn't
he was
married.
divorced twice. I think he was.
So who the hell is he
Something
to give a relationship advice?
I don't
That's
even-
like when women say, you need to listen to Steve Harvey.
Well, I'm all right. Think about it, right? So, like, the way, okay, you could look at this like the half glass full type of thing, right?
Mhm.
He's been married twice, so he can give you
You did-
advice on what not to do.
Okay, but then
Exactly
too,
right.
like, and I mean, I've heard, oh, you need to read Steve Harvey's book. You need to dress more like Steve Harvey. You need to listen to Steve Harvey. Watch Steve Harvey's show. Steve Harvey had 3 failed marriages. Is this really the person we need to be, you know? Yeah. And I would assume he has it together now, but because it took him to this point to do it, like, why would I take relationship advice from like you better all get relationship advice from me?
Like,
Like-
marriage is a very hard thing. Like, people think that marriage is so
It's
easy.
not.
You fall in love,
Nah,
you get
it's
married,
constant
you
work
know,
throughout the entire thing. And
you
the moment
puke
you're-
out love and rainbow unicorn love and all this other
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And it's really not that. The way that I would describe it is how I describe it when I was facilitating classes at my previous job. And I always said that relationships are like a merry-go-round on a roller coaster. Like, seriously, you're going to have your cycles of we're good, we're bad, the good, the bad, the super ugly, and the homicidal ugly, right? And then up and down, because this is going in a season, right? All
Yeah.
year round. And then up and down in that season, this is where we're at, just like that. And if you are not mentally prepared in yourself,
I was going to say that you got to be in
you
tune
got to be
with yourself.
prepared in yourself.
You have to
right?
know
Yes,
yourself
yes.
emotionally before you
Right.
can prepare to create the emotional bridge that you're going to build with this person.
Right. So when you get to that low point, right, that is the defining factor of how this relationship is going to go. Is it going to survive, or is it going to be toxic? And then we're eventually going to have to get a divorce. If we're at a
Really,
low
divorce.
point,
Divorce is in the trunk of my Impala riding into the Genesee River. Think it's a game.
Mm.
okay, so
we
he
said forever.
okay, so he pulling a whole Eminem moment with Stan.
You damn right.
Yeah, that song really fucked me up in high school.
Right. I love Eminem. Like, honestly, I think Eminem is like one of the greatest of our generation.
For him to be white and do what he did, he's possibly the greatest.
He is.
'Cause
He's,
at the
he's one of the
time when
greatest for our generation.
No, but think about it. At the time he got there or came out, he was basically the only white person that. No, I remember when this first song, like, why is this white boy rapping? Like,
Honestly, I didn't even know he was white
What?
until I moved to Greece.
no,
'cause
that
when-
was Bubba Sparks.
no.
Oh.
No, listen.
I remember.
I remember when Slim Shady came out, right? And
Slim
It was real Slim Shady. And I was still living in the city, with all the black kids.
Shady.
So I didn't know that Eminem was white until I moved out to Greece. And all the white kids had like bleached their hair and was wearing like white
White
t-shirts
t-shirts
and
and-
stuff.
Damn.
And I'm
Beat
like,
up jeans.
what's going on with all this? And they're like, oh, we like Slim Shady. I'm like, he's blonde? Because again, I'm coming from the city, predominantly black, right? I didn't know any better. And then when I found out, I got put onto a whole lot of stuff. So like, you got Slim Shady, ICP.
ICP. I went to Catholic school, y'all, by the way. And I remember, what the hell was that kid's name? Alan, he was a couple lockers down from me. It was the Discman at this time. Remember the Sony Walkman with disc?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I heard, I'm like, what is that? It was the dating game by ICP.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh man, this is the take that about you, bro, man.
That shit bumped, don't
Yeah,
it?
he was like, man, you don't know about ICP, bro. Juggalo for life. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but he was like, no, man, check it out. And I listened to it. They were like, and Fergie, tell your little sister for only 14, she's got some really big. I'm like, whoa. But yo, these two guys, just because of how they were willing to kick the hornet's nest. And you know me, I love kicking the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
Part of that.
Like usually white people, like especially when it raps, they always push the envelope. See, when he came out, I was in Florida, so we was in a different like type of vibe.
Florida
It
is a
was-
hornet's nest, everyone. Huh?
He said Florida is a hornet's nest.
Man, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not that. It's a snake nest. It's an alligator pit. It's just like
Yeah.
everything. I mean, I there wasn't a day that I haven't woke up and there was a snake right beside me and just woke up with me. So
I heard like how squirrels are here.
yeah.
That's how lizards are down there.
Yeah, they really are. They are
Ooh,
very
They're just hanging out in the streets.
populated.
And the thing is,
Yes,
like,
it is.
the difference between the squirrel and the lizard is you could like kind of mess with a squirrel. You mess with a lizard, that some bitch is chasing after you.
No,
well, not
'cause
really.
they're
It
not that
depends.
big. They're like this big.
Yeah, it's just like,
No, like yeah, the way like yeah.
nah, it's just that they just get annoying because they just every fucking
they're
where. It's just
everywhere.
like, especially if you're in the house that's open in the field, there is no way that you're not gonna have at least like 5 of them inside your house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lizards are like roaches.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, dude. And we got roaches too. And the thing is, we
Oh,
don't.
They're bigger.
Don't
Don't they hiss down there?
And
What,
they-
the-
Don't y'all got the hissing
They
roaches
spit
down
too,
there?
don't
no, they fly.
They
Yeah.
fly. Oh, you got the flying.
And
roaches.
they
got the
spit, don't
Man,
they?
I'm gonna tell you, never seen a terror in a man's eyes until you seen a flying roach. I mean,
Listen,
Man.
I don't do roaches.
it's like the roaches. It ain't small roaches, be
Oh,
roaches
yeah.
this big, flying straight
The
to your
size of
face.
your thumb.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
it's just all of a sudden you just see something. You like, what the fuck?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. What do you call yourself? Floridians?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Floridians, but
Don't apologize. They know how crazy
hold
they
on,
are.
wait. Sink the whole state.
No, and eventually due to
No, it
weather,
will. It will.
but we're not going to see it, and probably our kids or grandkids aren't going to
But
see
you
it.
know what? I actually had a
What you talking about? I'm
conversation.
gonna see that shit. I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
live
talking
a
about-
few thousand
No,
years.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna live a few thousand years. I'm make sure I'm being
Oh,
one of
I
those.
know
people.
I'm going to exist a
Yeah.
few thousand years. I don't want to. This body's already beat up and ruined. Like honestly, if I could find a way to swap bodies with somebody, I would.
Don't worry, just
That's
give it
fine.
a few more years, because
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Well, I
fine.
will say this, because wait until this thing called the singularity, like the singularity is about to pop up, because and basically the technology singularity, where it is technology is going to grow such an exponential rate that we will not recognize it, and it's gonna go too fast, and we're almost at that point. Because there was a scientist that says around like 2029, but I think it's going to happen earlier. It's just going to take the right type of technology, but it's going to get there, because you will see some robots just walking around, be like, "Hey,"
Well,
it's
if
like,
that's the case, then I'm gonna need you one to poof off into a corner with real quick. And-
they're already out
no,
there.
I know
actually.
they got sex bots, and honestly, I think Melania Trump's one. But you may hear it from me.
Yeah, and they probably have one of Trump's daughter too, and shit like that.
I
It's
don't think Ivanka's a sex bot. I know Melania probably is, because Melania is just dumb.
Yo, that whole. I don't think that she's dumb. I think that she was just over it.
From the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
like, look at her and then look at him, and that just doesn't make sense. That's like Lois and Peter Griffin.
yeah, and then think
That's
about
like Marge and Homer.
and think about this too. She became one of the most powerful women, sadly
She was
enough.
the most powerful woman.
But you know what? She was silent throughout his whole freaking term. She
He
was
wasn't even
silent.
supposed to be talking as much as he was.
She was silent. And then every time you would see them out in public, right?
Oh, she's walking behind him.
Not even just walking behind him,
By a
but
lot.
like he would try to touch her, like hold her hand,
Yeah,
and she was
said-
like,
But
she's like, don't
I
touch
did
me.
too. Like I remember I was watching something and we were like, if you ever seen Barack and Michelle walk together, they're arm in arm.
Yeah,
But
they're
if you
walking
watch,
as
you
equals.
see Trump and Melania, they said like the closest they probably ever were to each other when was like as close as 3 feet.
You know why?
Listen, if you was married to him, right, and you know he a clown, would you really want to walk next to him too? Like, if you could walk behind him and not, and he don't care, I would walk behind him too. Like, I'm already associated. I already got your name.
And,
We
and
don't need to
also,
go no
there's
further.
another thing too. You know, with the whole relationship, it's all about that money.
That's
Right?
it.
And
Oh
that's it.
yeah, absolutely.
But honestly, she's a sex bot, everyone, and she
Oh
was
my God.
manufactured to be on his side during the worst presidency in U.S. history. Yeah. So back to Mr. Kevin Samuels. I don't know if I've ever said this on the show, but I remember in 2005, I think it was. My pop had just had a stroke, and that was it. We never had him in the house again. I found his Viagra.
You found it,
Oh.
wow.
I found his Viagra. So, me being, 19, 20 years old, I'm like, hey, Viagra, let me see what happens. So I took one.
See that kind
I
of
just see this going
curiosity.
down
You
the
don't
I
need.
took one, and God damn it, let me tell you, I
You was
probably,
thumping on all the socks.
no,
wasn't you?
no, it was like I jacked off like 5 times, nothing. Then I was dealing with this white girl at this time. You probably bumped into her. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know where the hell she's at now. But yeah, and she came by and we went for like 3 hours. Still didn't go down.
That's
And then
serious
I'm
shit,
like,
man.
no, and I was like, well, shit. Do I contact help? Because it says on the bottle like if you experience an erection that you can't get to go down, you
It's
gotta-
usually
For
like
4
medical
hours.
attention.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's 4.
4.
Yeah.
But
it's
I
4.
think at this time I'm probably eclipsing 6, 7, and I done let off quite a few times, and it's still solid as a rock.
Man, that white girl was like, man, never again.
No, and I remember when she lets to go home. Even she's like,
She ain't probably walk, did she? She was bow legged, wasn't she? She was walking like.
I was in a bad place at that time. I don't recall everything that happened. I just know my penis didn't go down until like.
And the question is, did she call you back?
Oh yeah, we jumped up and down each other for like 2 more years.
Oh yeah,
But
see,
the shit
that's
was-
why she was like, man.
No, but the shit is like, and everyone, if you don't need it, I suggest you don't take it because you know that shit messes you up later in life. And then you could be like, and this is a problem in the South because I know a lot of my family in the South. They'll tell me like, "Yo, cuz, I'm messing with this dude. His shit don't work." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, no, because you know they dabble with all those drugs and shit. And they'll play with Viagra,
Yeah.
and they don't take it. They snort it.
I don't think that
Goddamn.
people realize the type of damage that certain things have on you in the long run, right?
Yeah,
So when you're doing Viagra, like you basically just
are setting yourself up to need something to get you erect from that point on.
exactly because you got to think about it. Viagra is a stimulus, right? It's a stimuli. So basically, what happens is that it sends these chemicals and it triggers you to be at attention unnaturally, right? So if you continuously keep taking these, your mind begins to think and associate. I can't get an erection without this little blue pill.
See, I can't do that now.
All right, and then eventually, like with all things, right? Eventually, it stops working
Yeah.
because the effect is. It's like people who do cocaine or something or a drug, and you get that first high, and
Yeah.
then you will
You're chasing
never
that
get that
for that
high
point.
again
Yeah,
until eventually you're doing so much of it because there's no reaction anymore.
yeah.
So it's the same thing with Viagra, but
Well,
he went out like a champ. Go ahead,
yeah,
sir.
he definitely. I hope he was in
She
there.
was
at
on
least
top.
I
She was on top.
don't know. I just know when I seen it, and I remember it took like a whole day for everybody to realize it wasn't a hoax. Because like when
Yeah, I
remember
was.
I called you, I'm like, yo, it's saying Kevin Samuel like possibly overdosed off of cocaine and Viagra.
I was like, when he told me that, I was like, shit, because like I told
I
that.
just don't get what the fuck make you think that it's okay to take cocaine and Viagra? You want 2 ups.
He wants the giddy up, and then he wants
You know what?
to
Have,
stay
Zero.
up.
have you seen the picture of the chick he was with?
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why he wanted. He wanted
The
that
Asian chick, right?
Huh?
It was the Asian
No.
chick.
I think she was like Mexican or something.
Oh,
But still, come on now. You got 2 ups here, right? You up here. You
And-
up.
no, and then the thing
You went up and you stayed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dude was like, I'm pretty sure once
Well, he ain't
it
getting
got
up
to where it
anymore.
needed to get inside of
no
him.
jokes, but yeah.
No, and I'm pretty sure once it got to where it needed to get inside of him, his body's like, well, we got this. Where do we send it?
Yeah.
Well, there's more Viagra going than it is cocaine, so we're going to the peaks. And because of that, the heart didn't get what he needed. And I wonder if he was done already or if it was mid-stroke or something.
You know it was Miss
It's funny
Stroh, man.
when it's
You know he was sitting there just and then she was just probably giving this.
No, see,
You know what?
like
My bad,
you
my
doing
bad,
a
my bad,
position
you
like
know.
you doing it from the back. Now you got to go like this because she was on top.
Yeah, well, he
You
went
went
out
out.
as a champ.
Like seriously, a champ. Because I think what is it? It's
Rest
like
up, my
most
guy.
guys like it when girls get on top.
I prefer you from behind. And like, I like them big. So it's like when the butt fat goes forward and it comes back and hits me in the stomach.
Yeah, like
You got a little tangle.
Yeah. And then I gotta calm myself down. I don't want to explode or nothing.
See, this is why you can't take Eric nowhere. Like you can't.
Yeah,
take
I
it
mean
nowhere.
that's why we almost got kicked in the out in the
We
strip
got
club.
kicked out the strip club.
No, we got lucky. We got lucky.
They let me finish our drinks when they threw us out. No,
So
we
they
left
did
them.
throw us out?
No, they didn't throw us out because I was like, yo, look, I understand that I messed up. I'm gonna just finish my beer and then we'll leave. And they let us. But that's because I know all the security in Rochester.
Yeah.
But
so
they're not
still,
gonna.
Bro, like,
like-
damn,
Well,
you're too much.
well,
And just for all the listeners, because they probably like, what the fuck are they talking about? You don't want to know. And I'm telling you, I didn't want to know. And so I'm telling you, you don't want to know.
Yeah,
'cause
you don't wanna
will
know.
be
the
traumatized.
bad thing is, I think I got that $1 from Sony.
Oh my God. So you over
Maybe.
here funding his shenanigans.
I'd well, see. Well, see the thing. You know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that one. But I didn't expect what. Like I said, I'm not going. We're gonna keep this in house.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuel.
I didn't expect that to happen, though, man. I didn't expect that to happen. But speaking about Kevin Samuel, it's just one thing we starting to learn, especially like with a lot of the black community. That's a lot of evil ass people. There is a lot of evil
There's
ass.
wicked, and anything that good exists, there's bad too.
Oh yeah.
And that's the battle I think a lot of people got to accept. Is
Yeah.
that if you're gonna do something great, you got to be willing to accept the ridicule and the hate and the prejudice and the mudslinging that's gonna come with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
'Cause
mean,
no matter. And the thing is, don't be mad that people hate you. You need those haters to keep you going.
oh yeah.
My dad hates me. I'm serious as hell, but look what he created.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
know.
back you up on that one. My mother hates the ground that I walk on
Well,
for
look-
no reason.
yeah.
But hey, Ma, thank you
That's
for
it.
hating me, girl, because I don't even care.
Yeah, and then too, like if I knew if he would see it, I would show my ass right here on this show
Seriously.
for him to kiss. But
Seriously.
and I would also open up my bank app and show him how much money I made today versus how much his unemployed ass probably made all
Right.
year.
But
Yeah,
you know
let's
what? We
do
gonna have
some
to be
moose off. Moose off.
We gonna
Woosah.
moose out. We gonna be nice because then we're gonna get the Bible people like, you gotta honor your mother and your father for thy days may be long.
You want to know what I did to the Bible people in LA?
No.
No, we don't want to do
Okay, well, I was coming out of LA Coliseum during Super Bowl
here we
Media
go.
Week, and
You're gonna tell us anyway. Didn't we say
no,
that?
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm this.
That's Rick Tony for you, man. People,
Yeah.
that's Rick Tony.
So
for
here
you.
I am, Super Bowl Media Week. As you know, I went to LA for the Super Bowl 56, Rams versus Bengals. I don't remember what specific day of Media Week this was, but I remember I was done for the day because of my limitations. I was on a 3-hour restriction per day.
Mhm.
So I did my 3 hours. I'm walking out. The Christians are out there. And they tried to hand me a pamphlet. I said, dude, I don't believe in this. And then he said, well, you're going to hell, buddy. All I said was you got to believe in hell to go to it. The floodgates opened.
I bet.
And then all of a sudden this guy ran up behind him. Well, it says right. I'm like, who wrote that?
How
God
many,
wrote it.
how
Oh,
many times was it written? I would have said
No, and then he's like,
Whoa.
no, he told me,
Mm.
God wrote it, buddy. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
God wrote
God
it.
read-
Okay,
he
so
said, "Let me fix
no,
this."
and then Shay, I was like, okay, cool. So what part did God write this? You wrote the whole thing. I'm like, okay, could you go to the part where Jesus is alone in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights praying and fasting all alone as it keeps saying over and over again?
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, Matthew, who knew that? I'm like, yeah, whatever it is. I don't know the specific. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then I said, read that. And then, okay, Jesus all alone in the wilderness praying. Okay, so if it makes sure we know he's all alone, right? He's like, yeah. And I said, so if he's completely alone, as it says over and over again, how is there an account for everything he did?
Right. Did Jesus come back and write it himself?
No,
You
and
know
then he said to me, well, God was there. I'm like, no, it doesn't say that. It says he was all alone.
See, that's even
No,
more-
but God's everywhere. I'm like, whoa, buddy. That depends on your concept of God. Because
Right.
God is everywhere if you believe that God is in you. Well,
Right.
God is in all of us because he created all of us. I'm like, so what are we at? Adam and Eve? Can you go to Genesis for me? And I said, you know, in those first like 4 lines of Genesis, it tells you that Adam had a first wife,
Mhm.
Lilith.
Yep.
Yeah, they always try to
see,
down
look,
Lilith
yeah,
and make
see,
her seem like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Adam and Eve are the first 2 people on earth,
You're about to
where
go
did
there now.
Lilith come from? Way before there was an Adam. And second, wouldn't that make her the mother of Eve?
Yeah, pretty
Mhm.
much.
All right. Well, buddy, okay, cool. I'll give you that one.
But I mean, that whole thing right there in of itself, right? If it says that God created the world, right? He
In
rested
7
on
days.
the right. He
No,
rested.
6 days. He rested on the
He
7th.
rested on the 7th day.
Yeah.
He created man in his image. He created Adam. He made Eve out of his rib, right?
Yeah.
Before then, right? There's no
Mhm.
humans, just Adam and Eve. Then Eve gives birth to sons, right?
Cain and Abel.
Right, Cain and Abel. There's no other people. There's Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel, right?
Yep.
Right?
Where did the
So
world come
who was they getting freaky with but they mama? So we sitting up here promoting incest, but you look down on incest, right? That's a bad thing,
from?
right?
Mhm.
You talk hellish shit about the Egyptians doing incest and it's creating this and it's creating that, but the Bible said there was Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. Where the hell did all these other people come from?
Yeah.
But then
Right?
Cool part. This is the other part I hit him with. And then I was like, Okay.
You know, y'all pissing off a lot of people.
I
right
don't
now.
think the Roomcast. You white people.
Listen,
Camera's right there, though.
Huh?
Camera's right there, front.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Look. Okay, this is the best part. I was like, so the part with the talking donkey. Yeah. Jeremiah. I'm like, okay, cool. Jeremiah. Yada. So one time in the whole billions of years that the planet Earth has existed, and donkeys or asses or baby horses, wherever the fuck they were, have been on it.
They're mules.
There's been one donkey that's been allowed to talk. And when he talked, it was because he was being beaten by Balaam. And he said to Balaam, stop beating me or I'm going to die. Yeah, that's true. I'm like, okay. So why is it that this one particular donkey didn't have, who did he learn to talk from?
Shrek.
No, well, God inhabited him.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh my God, dude, you are going to make me.
Boy, them Christians and stuff gonna hit us on. They gonna be like,
Oh, well, if you think that's bad, let me tell you a conversation. You've met my godmother a couple times, right? So, I bring up my godmother all the time and I talk about, she's 90, right? So she come from that old school, we believe in God type thing, right?
Yep.
So I had a conversation where this is recently, right? This was probably like her birthday because I got to do something to irritate her on her birthday.
Oh, wow.
So she's sitting up here. I had on this show. It was on I think Nat Geo or something like that, or the History Channel, and they were talking about where Noah's Ark was. Right? They said they maybe found Noah's Ark on a mountain.
Right? I heard that so many times.
Right. So she was like, "Oh, isn't that wonderful? See, God goes out of His way to show us that." Hold on, don't say nothing yet, Eric. God goes out of His way to show us that He exists. And I said, because I'm me. I said, "Ma," and she's like, "Oh shit, Shay, what?" I said, "They said maybe." And she said, "Well, it's most likely true." She was like, "It looks like that's the ship, because it kind of had the shape, right?"
Yep.
So I hold on, wait.
He's really about to get in.
I know, right? So I said, "Ma, let me ask you a question, okay?" I said, "We can find buildings, we can find structures, and we can find people that are over 5,000 years old, fully intact, right? Fully intact." I said, "We can find dinosaur bones that are even older than that, right?" Okay, yeah, I'm talking about the pyramids too. Like, I'm saying that we can find all this stuff that's super old.
Where is Jesus buried?
And I said, "But why can't we find
the earthly body of Jesus Christ?"
And I said, "Why can't we find Jesus' bones?" And I said, and if I was like, if Noah's Ark was so true, I'm like, obviously this is an important artifact in, Christian history. So why is it that it was never properly preserved? But we can sit up here and say in the Catholic faith, oh, this is a fragment of the true cross that Jesus died on and bled on and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, why is that? I was like, why can't we see a necropolis and build a city on top of it? But we can't find this huge ass fucking ark that carried all these goddamn animals, and some of them we didn't even want.
Like roaches.
Right, like roaches.
No, check this out. And technically, 80% of those animals wouldn't have been able to exist in Iran, where the current Bethsaida would have been. Okay, here's the worst part of the Bible to me. I'm sorry, where Moses is wandering through the for 40 days. Was it 40 years?
With Kevin Samuels.
And yeah. And remember where Moses
was it? He didn't wander for 40 days. Oh wait, was it after he freed the slaves?
He was. Yeah, whatever.
He wandered, and I know he wandered in the desert when he went into Midian, and then him and his people had to wander because he killed. Which I don't get that either. How the hell do you get in trouble for killing, but then God tells you to go wage a war against the whole freaking people and kill everybody, man, woman, child?
War is holy, sex is sin. But
okay,
check it out, right? And then I saw something, and it said like if you punch in the coordinates of that exact area where it said Moses traveled, it took him 40 years or 40 days or whatever. I'm sorry, it left me. It takes 9 hours on a bad day
to walk there.
Yeah.
But then you also got to think that, they're thinking in terms of millions of slaves freed, newly freed, it's gonna take some time because we all got to get
Not
there.
40 years.
Oh wait, but then doesn't it also say, right? Because I'm trying to remember, my upbringing.
Yeah.
Doesn't it also say like God did that on purpose to weed out the evils because those people sat up there and made a golden calf and he got mad?
I barely pay attention to church, so
My
You're a former pastor.
my religious upbringing was so weird, right? So
Mhm.
like growing up, my godmother was a Baptist.
Yep.
Right? That's the black side. And then the Spanish side, I guess you would call them devout Catholics. And I mean, those are the ones that you can't do shit.
Oh, no, your children are allowed to drink wine.
Yeah, we could have a little sippy sip for
little sip.
communion.
Little sip.
A little sippy sip.
I was
for
raised
communion.
Catholic as well. It wasn't no little sip.
Well, I guess we all was raised Catholic, so.
But
I used to
like
go in, boy.
my thing is like, you see these two, right? There's similarities, there's differences.
Mhm.
The Roman Catholic faith is kind of based more in superstition.
Yep.
With a lot of their traditions.
The Catholic circumcision on a boy is disgusting, and I dare. In fact, I'm gonna have my son when and eventually I do have one. We're gonna go through that just so I can knock the motherfucker out who proposes that. If it's a true Catholic circumcision, you are not putting your mouth on my baby.
I don't think that you would even have your child in the church.
I
to
won't,
start,
but
so
let's say I end up with a woman who,
is a Catholic.
yeah,
I think
and
these are conversations that need to be had prior to.
I'm
the
putting my hands on
reproduction.
her. I'm putting everybody but my baby's gonna get these hands. Put it like that.
About to get the Rick Tony special.
Rick Tony. Okay, first of all, let me put it like this, ladies. He does not condone violence against women. He's just overreacting.
I love women. I love people, especially
so
the big ones.
Don't try to cancel
Lizzo,
him
call
and
me.
say me too and all this other kind of stuff. He's just being stupid.
No, but I mean, too, but we're
Yeah.
talking in a hypothetical too. But I'm saying, when and if I have this particular son, and if it happens to be with a Catholic woman, which more than likely it won't be because you know me.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. We're talking all hypotheticals, but yeah, and then let's say they want a traditional Catholic circumcision. And no, I'm absolutely for circumcision because I understand the way it's complicated as hell to take care of that thing with that foreskin on it as you age.
Right. It is a
Get rid of it right out the gate. Okay, cool. I remember when I first read what a circumcision was, and I remember saying, well, why'd you get rid of mine? I was young, 10, 11, you ask dumb questions then.
Mm-hmm.
I dare a Catholic priest to propose putting his mouth on my son. And don't think I'm coming through with something heavy that you're gonna put your mouth on now, and you're gonna swallow something. And
I don't understand. I don't understand that tradition. It's just like
that's what a traditional
whatever it is,
Catholic circumcision is, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
There's just so much like horrible shit like that goes down.
The statues in Rome
religion.
of the gargoyle getting blown by the little boy on the Vatican.
I've seen that, and when I first saw it, right, it took me a second to realize what the hell I was looking at because it's not something you're expecting to see.
There's statues on this building that's supposed to be the most prestigious and lovely, decorated, historic.
I mean, the Sistine
preserved.
Chapel is pretty nice.
Yeah, well, it burned down to the ground a couple years ago. Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying it was pretty nice.
awesome. But no, we're on the Vatican and what's actually there. And then not even that. They said the shit that's in the basement records of the Vatican will make you want to cry. I could only imagine.
I just want 5. I think that I would need 5 years. I just need 5 years in the Vatican with a person who speaks all the languages of the texts that are in there with free reigns to all of it. Because you can request to go into the Vatican and see files. But the kicker is that 1, you have to have actual good reason, right? 2, you can only get those records that you specify and it has to be approved. So I can't go in there and say, hey, Vatican, I know you think I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. I know that you have a lot of the scrolls from the Library of Alexandria hidden in your basement. I'd like to see all those.
Yeah, you have the actual text from the Sinai Bible, which is the oldest dated text of a religious book dealing with Christianity known to exist. They have that.
They do.
They have the records from every, let's say 3 years when all of a sudden, poof, oh my God, Catholic churches are raping boys and it dates back 40, 50 years. We're so shocked. You're not shocked at this point.
Oh, you're not, because this shit
Nope.
been going on for
Stop faking.
years.
Okay, yeah, and
Since the induction of the Catholic Church.
yeah,
Mm.
and then if you understand the ins and outs, and I remember when I was raised Catholic, but then remember my dad's side, my grandma's from the South, so of course I was Baptist over there.
Yeah.
I remember once I got old enough, I think I was 13, 14, I went and got baptized again as a Baptist. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this one seems better because they're not telling me to, bring my son to be mouth down and yeah, and that whole shit with the being put the sticky oil on your forehead and sign
Yeah.
across. And
Yeah.
no, don't touch me.
Yo,
Yeah.
I had a conversation with some people, right?
Uh-huh.
We were talking about the Roman Catholic Church and how,
Mhm.
they got this history of touching little boys, and they sat up there, like you said, they said that this was something that recently just started within the past 50, 60 years, right?
Sure.
So I said, challenge accepted, right? Because, I'm the one.
Mhm.
Challenge accepted. I said, okay, let's have a combo. I said, you said that touching little boys is something that started in the Catholic Church 50, 60 years ago. Yes. I said, okay, well, let's look at it like this. Where is the Roman Catholic Church based out of? Like, what is the mother? The mother church, where is it?
Oh, yeah.
In Rome, in the Vatican.
Mhm.
Where is Rome?
And
In Italy, right?
Yep.
And thousands of years ago, before they became Italians, what were they? Besides that, when all the degenerate shit was going down, they were Romans,
Oh, yeah.
right? Romans have always been known to be deviant. Okay? There are tons of paintings of Romans, engaging in sexual acts with kids. I mean, look at fucking Caligula. Do I have to say more? Like, if you know anything about Roman history, you know that there have been some fucked up emperors.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Caligula definitely being one. And he had a thing for chasing little boys around the castle and killing them
Mhm.
after
Or
he
think
had his
about it
way.
this way. Why is there currently two popes? Why did the other one have to mysteriously go into the background? Benedict?
I'll wait.
Anybody? Well, they can't answer, but let's see. Okay, I can answer it for him. There was a scandal about to hit the fan over there. He was over that scandal when he was not a pope. His hands in blood and shit's all in there. So apparently somebody whispered in his ear, "Hey, Benedict," or where the fuck his name was before he got the pope title. Yeah, you remember like 20 years ago when you told us to just put it like here and not worry about it.
Mhm.
Well, it just surfaced and shit's about to hit the fan. Oh, I'm too old and unhealthy to be pope anymore. You got to replace me. When the hell have you ever heard of a pope need to be replaced?
I have only ever seen popes die in mysterious circumstances to choose a new pope. And when they choose a new pope, that's the conclave right there, right? That's the process. It's called conclave.
Where they release
And
the
that's
black
when-
smoke during the before they start, and then the white smoke once they figured it out, right?
Right. The white smoke signals when the new pope is chosen, and it burns black anytime they cast a vote and the pope is not chosen. But here's my thing, right?
Okay.
Do you know what happens behind closed doors in conclave?
Nope.
Orgies.
I'm sure it does. I
Probably.
won't put anything past it, but the process itself, right? So basically, what happens is all these cardinals
Mhm.
go into the Vatican inside of a room,
Secret room.
right? Inside this room, right? They're not really alone. They have their attendants, and their attendants
They
brings
have a
them
records
food.
keeper.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, right? But here's the thing. The whole idea is that the Pope is God's representative on earth, and that the Pope is chosen by divine intervention. Here's the thing. Cardinals have a lot of money.
Mm.
Okay? They have titles, they have lands, they have money, especially if they're higher up in the chain. Right?
They got that Benjamins.
Right. So you could easily, and it's not even you could, this is a fact, it has been done. You can sit up here and tell a cardinal who is less popular and who's not going to win it all, right?
Yeah.
hey, I will give you X, Y, and Z for your vote.
So you can influence.
Exactly. So how is that divine
By man.
intervention? And I bring this up, right? Because we had a Spaniard Pope and he kind of fucked it up for all Spaniards. Borgia, Rodrigo Borgia.
How so?
Cesare or?
No, Rodrigo is Cesare's father.
Oh.
He's the Pope. And Cesare, all right, so Rodrigo Borgia had 4 kids. He had Cesare, he had what the hell is the name of the other one?
I won't even know.
He had all right, so he had 3 sons and a girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Amelia,
Cesare,
right?
Huh?
Amelia?
I don't remember her name.
Don't quote me, but I think it was Amelia.
But we all know Cesare because Cesare was the design.
The image of Jesus, the image of white Christ.
Right.
That beautiful white guy with the rosy cheeks and the 6-pack.
Caesar, or whatever.
Cesare, yes. Cesare, Caesar,
It's
Borgia,
Cesare.
Serapis, it's all the same guy.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Shay.
So, you got this Pope, right? He literally paid cardinals, gave them lands, titles, monies, arranged marriages, positions to win the position of Pope. And when he got into that position, he openly flaunted his mistress. You're supposed to be celibate, sir. You're not supposed to be out here dipping your wick and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they back then they was like, oh, it was just divine blah and blah blah.
You doing the Lord's job.
Good God Almighty.
Oh my God.
So but we're definitely gonna have to go dive deeper into all that.
This is why I believe I never got into the topic of religion on the Eric Hour, because
you can
no, and the way, and you know me, with the way I did Eric Hour was so precise. I would need, like, I went to certain people from certain aspects of religion, being that, remember, I got the past as a former youth pastor, but I was like, okay, I covered that side of it. Now I got to go find this person to do the rebuttal, and then I need somebody over here to, argue from both sides. I was, because religion's so complicated and unique. I could never find 3 people that disagreed with each other to a point where
I could be 2 of those 3.
Well, you were on Eric Hour a couple times, but never was for the religious show because I never did it. In fact, that was why me and Lady. No, but then too, that's why I think me and Lady G started to butt heads a lot, because she and I don't condemn anybody's belief or however they choose to do it.
Not. You believe what you want.
Yeah, exactly. You want to go pray to a can of paint while wearing a hula skirt, eating oranges? That's you. Just don't condemn me because
sounds like a fun religion.
Yeah, but don't condemn me because on Sunday morning I'll look at 7 a.m. time I used to wake up to go to church and be like, oh yeah, 7 a.m.
Yeah, but we definitely need to go deep into the root cause with African spirituality, though.
And we can visit that, but I think we do need to. And I know a couple priests. I'll reach back out to them. Okay. See if we get them up here.
What
they're gonna be like devil worshippers.
They're definitely gonna have to not only gonna drench us in the olive oil. That's what it is.
I went to a funeral one time, and this really got me because it wasn't even a white funeral; it was a black funeral, right? And this guy he's the pastor, right? So you the head of the church, right? You like what would you call the pastor? He like the president, the man in charge. The pastor. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he's like
chief pastor. Yeah, the chief pastor.
There you go, the chief pastor, right?
Yeah, I don't know all those titles because, like I said, I barely was in the church when I was even a kid.
Right. So I'm sitting up here at the funeral, right, and I'm listening to his sermon or whatever.
Yep.
And he said something to me that just made me look at him sideways, like all the way, like, and you the pastor?
Ooh, I want to know what he said.
So he was like, nowadays, because he's 7, right? Nowadays, these children don't believe in God.
Okay. Wait. We got breaking news update.
What's up?
Amber Heard's IMDb page mysteriously changed from Amber Heard to Amber Turd. Somebody hacked her IMDb and changed it.
Good job, hacker.
Yes.
Thank you.
Once again.
Yes. Hey, and once more to go back in there, and I guess we can close after this. But hey, Amber Heard, if I come home to the home we share, into the room we share, and look at the bed we share, and there's a big pile of brown nuggets.
Yeah, we'd have a problem.
Now, I'm not going to put my hands on you. I am going to grab you by that stringy ass blonde hair, take you, mush your face in it to where, and then I'm going to drag you out by your head, and Sony's going to narrate. Go ahead, Sony. No. You was a caca. Kakashin, au revoir. God,
Yeah,
Sony's better at the
man,
Creole French
Yo,
insults than I am.
Man, fils ça, il dit, allez en d'un show, mais ouais, on pique caca sous cabo même. Mais à point, chouilleuse même. Ah, mais, vous connaissez, mais, l'été chouilleuse même. Oh, no, man, you gotta understand, man, it's like this. I'm a Haitian, and also I'm an old school Haitian. Like, I got that old
Sony's
school
a year
Haitian.
older than me, folks. Don't believe him.
But I mean, like, it's spiritually though, spiritually.
Oh.
And the thing is, if I see you, I mean, because like I don't condone hitting women or anything.
No,
like
no.
that. It's just-
We love the
or-
ladies. You guys smell good and you're soft and it's just you're
Yes,
pleasant to be
yes.
around. Like I'm pretty sure if me and Sony were in a room too long together, we'd end up wanting to kill each other.
Yeah,
Me and Shay in a room together, we start out wanting to kill each other. But, you know, in a couple minutes in, it's all love.
You know, it's all love though.
Yeah, you know,
It's
me and
all
Shay,
love.
we love each other, but you know,
Yeah.
the energy for the show is needed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because you know what? It's you can talk shit and I can talk shit. Like we can handle each other's shit
Yeah.
talking and not get offended. We still cool.
well, people who get offended in America don't make sense to me. Because you gotta know everybody in this country has a right to speak their opinion. Everybody's opinion matters, whether it makes sense, whether
Well, I would say it depends on the individual.
no,
who's talking
you
shit.
have a right to speak your
You
feelings.
have a right to speak your feelings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you
And
have
express
right.
But
yourself.
whether or not you take it a certain way is entirely an
And
individual.
that's
basis.
where America has gone sensitive because
Yeah.
nobody can take a joke anymore.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and we're going to end it with the what happened with Chris Rock and shit. It's
No,
like-
Dave Chappelle getting attacked by that guy.
Yeah,
who-
that's what I meant. Dave
who,
Chappelle.
like, what the hell what was he first off? Because he looked like a ninja warrior from the sewers.
Oh, no, he looks like a predator or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then-
It just
You
boy,
see
he got
his-
fucked.
his freaking arm and stuff.
No, they
Like,
whooped his ass.
Man,
They said Busta Rhymes. He said he didn't do it, but no, they said Busta Rhymes was down there pummeling that man.
Yo, it's Busta Rhymes though. Like he about to like.
Yeah, it was Busta Rhymes and no, it was somebody else. They like tag teamed them.
It was and Jamie Foxx. And
Yeah,
something.
Jamie Foxx, Busta
Yeah,
Rhymes and Jamie Foxx.
But to be honest, it's like this. He deserved that, but then I mean, to the extent, you know, I don't know, but he deserved that because I think about it, like, you know, he's out there, and I know exactly why he did that for, because supposedly, you know, he was there. His grandma was having trouble, and he was just trying to actually, you know, put out, you know, supposedly, you know.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
heard a
if it's-
different story. Like I remember the next morning where I guess they said like he was gay, and some of the things Dave Chappelle had said were rubbing him the wrong way.
Oh
so
my God, Dave Chappelle been talking about gay people
yeah,
ever
but
since we were kids.
this is the issue with America now. Everybody's
Oh,
so then you can't
Like,
speak your
Listen, we fully support, right? Let me put it out here. We fully support the LGBTQ
Eric
plus.
Howard, the number
community.
2 host.
We
on-
don't care.
Yeah, but
We don't
Shay,
care.
my number 2 host on the show that I put on that basically the main radio is banked off of, the Eric Hour, was Landon. And Landon is what, Sony?
Oh, he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
we
my cousin.
support
I love
it.
him. And I said to him, Landon, look, don't think because you're gay that no, you were my cousin before you were gay. I love you. And the
Yeah,
thing
and I love gay people because you know what? They some of the nicest fucking people you could ever meet.
Mhm.
Now and when they
you know
your
gay people
friend,
I like?
they your friend. They get hyped before you
Yeah.
get hyped when some shit go down.
I love
Like,
lesbians.
Who you talking to?
Yeah. Okay, well, on that note, I love lesbians. Call me
Yeah,
lesbian.
actually, I
Listen,
have
oh my
some
God.
good friend, lesbian good friends. It's
No.
just like they really open. It's like I remember
Yeah.
it was like when I was working at this theme park. It was white girls. I was cool with her. She was lesbian, and like she was sitting there talking to me. She was like, look, because she was showing like her 6-pack. She was sitting there showing me, and then it was her shirt off, just titties. Everything. I was like, damn, what the fuck? She was
Oh,
like,
okay.
man, that's okay, man. We both guys.
Well, true. Okay.
Like,
Here's my
okay.
lesbian story. Okay, I had a lesbian friend. This is 2008 or 2000. Yes, 2007, 2008. Lesbian friend, homegirl, cool. We're at my buddy's house, and she just looked at me like, "Yo," I'm like, "What? I need some dick." I said, "Okay."
See, that's why I want to be a lesbian friend.
No, and I
just,
said,
just in case they'd be like,
"Okay."
Like, wait, she want a dick from you?
No, that's why I look like you. From she's like, "Yeah, I want some dick," and
Was it her first time getting some dick?
it was definitely a while. It could have been her first time. I don't know, but yeah. And then, but that's not even where it gets crazy at. Like a week later, she called me. I need some dick. I hit that twice. And that's that second time. I don't think she was a lesbian after that. I think we ended up falling out like shortly after that. But you gotta think like if
Man, you can't, man. Whenever
live in
you
everybody's
get
freaking
access
dream.
to that, you're not supposed to fall out, man. You're
no,
supposed to fall in.
like it was probably I guess it confused her and she was mad at me after because I went along with it.
I mean, you
think
can't. Man, she can't be mad. She wasn't confused because she
Yo,
went
she
into it,
rode
said,
that thing
"Oh,
like a soldier, goddamn.
I think that every guy right now is listening to you, right? Saying that you fell out with this lesbian. Okay, you had sex with a lesbian, and they looking at you like, my nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? How the hell you fall out of that? You're supposed to do everything in your power to make sure everything go good, so you could have got a threesome.
Exactly. With more lesbians.
Yeah, you could have.
Nah. She wasn't the cute lipstick lesbian. She was one of them butch short haircut.
It don't matter. She got a cute
I guarantee you, like she might be a butch man when she taking them clothes
Oh,
off.
no, fucking
Exactly.
tits were awesome.
Right,
Hey, in fact,
And then
I'm not
you
gonna say your
guarantee that she
name,
got a
but
cute friend.
if you ever see this,
She probably
You know, see, and then
gay
you
again
just
right now.
you're
She was
talking
like,
about Lizzo, right? And you just sitting up here telling all your secrets and shit. And Lizzo probably watching this, like, yeah, I was gonna give him a chance, but now I'm not.
she
Hey,
said she was
Community-
about to
you
do
community
that,
okay, but yeah, y'all remember when
but
Lizzo
now-
was at the Laker game and she had her thong shit with you?
He's like somebody's horny little Randy child.
And that's
Nor
Rick
Shay.
Tony for you. That's Rick Tony.
Shay just a
Camera's
friend.
right there,
Look,
though.
me and Shay are not a thing.
There you go.
We're
There-
really good friends. That's it. We hang out. Never did a thing. Lizzo. And Johnny Depp.
I don't even think you need to tell anybody that because I think that's common knowledge. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
no. Hey,
She looked at you like, wait a minute.
and
hold on,
Johnny
why
Depp,
you-
if you want to pass Amber Heard my way, I'll fight you. Just know you keep that shitting in the because if she shit in my bed, homie,
Who the fuck? Who you fighting?
Johnny, look, if
Look,
Amber Heard
look
shits in
at
my
her.
bed,
She about to give you that one eye look. That one eye
you
look.
want to go? What the-
We can go because first of all, you're not gonna touch my husband.
You want a Greco-Roman right now?
Listen. Get your tall ass up so I can knock you the fuck down.
Nah, but seriously, folks. Okay, Kevin Samuels, absolutely rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Though. And no evil gonna be going towards them. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
you never want to see anybody lose their life.
No,
Hey, and if
especially
he
not
went out that way, that's being reported. At least he went out with a smile. Folks, don't take Viagra for fun because trust me, you'll pay for it in the end.
Man went out more than a smile. He went out and
He
still up.
came and went at the same time.
Pretty
but-
much, literally.
Yeah, folks. No, really, don't play with Viagra because you
No,
see.
the combination.
Don't play with it
Don't
because
play with Viagra and don't play with Coke. These are two
yeah.
serious chemicals.
And
that
the
are
thing
not
is
meant to
that
be
they
mixed.
both do the same thing, and that blood has to go somewhere, and it's not going to be the same place.
And if you have a problem, just exercise. Just
Yeah.
because
And-
more and more people, there's motherfucking 70-year-olds who sit there and just
And-
got more energy than us.
Yeah, and if you
So
are
you
having
healthy.
erectile dysfunction, consult your doctor and work with them, please. Don't just go off and buy that shit from the Arabs that up on that shit. Because trust me, if you get oral sex while having that damn powdery cream shit on, it's going to numb the woman's mouth and she's going to be mad at you that whole night. Don't ask me how I know that.
You know, from personal experience, people snitching.
Don't ask no questions.
Don't ask.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what the movie that came from.
Yeah.
Don't be a mess with the
yes.
Don't be a mess. with
We
society.
close out talking about what we started with.
Yeah.
And
don't be a menace.
yeah, so Shay, when do the Inbox Chronicles start airing, Sony?
Well, it all depends on when you want to do it. And I still have to make sure I cross out, the people's names because I ain't gonna.
It'll be airing soon.
Yeah, definitely.
We're
Everybody
working
check
on
the
it.
main radio's exclusive content page for the paid part, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like
You
this
got
is the
Shay's
website
Inbox
right here,
Chronicles.
so, but
You got Rick's rants. You got
We're gonna have more.
it's gonna get good, folks.
It's
Yeah.
gonna get
Yeah,
like
and,
they can't see the website now. I
Nah,
could actually
but,
put up.
Yeah, and then just stay tuned to the main radio because we got some dope shit on here. Rock Solid Wrestling podcast that airs Tuesdays.
Yep.
At 6 to 7.
Oh yeah, and also we about to have a big announcement very soon. So I guess the main radio's about to go to another level.
Yeah, and also we got a therapist coming to the network. I
Okay.
got one more session with him, then he's joining.
All right.
So yeah, look forward to that.
And then we're out.
All right. Take care of yourselves.